Hey everyone, Adam Mishan here, singer, songwriter, and vocal coach. Today we're going to be going into a little bit more depth regarding our support.
Run, run, lost boy, they say to me.
So when it comes to support, a lot of people realize, or it takes time for them to realize, but eventually they come to the realization that support is really talking about using the abdominal muscles to press the air out. If you don't have that understanding yet, I have another video on my channel that goes into the depth of what exactly support is with regards to the abdominal cavity. But once we have that understanding, there is a way to overdo our support or do it in a way that engages some of the wrong muscles in our abdominal cavity. Most people don't know this, but what we mainly refer to as our abs, meaning our rectus abdominis, is only one part of the abdominal cavity. So since that's only part of the picture, we actually have two more layers. We've got the obliques and we have the transverse abdominis. And this is a muscle that really wraps around our midsection. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, when it comes to support, what we're really using is the transverse abdominis, not so much the rectus abdominis. If we use too much of the rectus abdominis, what ends up happening is we get a bit of a grunted sound. So this video is specifically directed for people that are getting a little bit of this sort of sound in their tone, or they're overly squeezed or overly pinched as they're singing. So if you're singing, "Oh, Canada," you've got too much squeeze. And every time you finish singing, you've got a pull apart sound that, ah. You've got that sound. That's telling you you're over squeezing the vocal cords, over compressing them. And that's not actually due to the actual vocal cord action. It's due to what's going on below it and the pressure that the vocal cords are trying to deal with from the rectus abdominis. Now, when we're singing, we don't actually want to activate the abs, the rectus abdominis, that shows off like we're showing off a six-pack. What we actually want to engage much more is something called a vacuum. So as you can see with the transverse abdominis, what it's actually doing is it's cinching up the waist. So there's a corset type muscle that wraps around the whole midsection. And then that muscle is used to press the air out so that we get support. It's a much lower and deeper level of the abdominal wall than is the rectus abdominis. If you want to sing with more confidence and power, then you have to sign up for my lesson subscription. You get 2 group lessons with me personally every single week. You get access to all my courses, and you get access to recordings of all my one-on-one lessons with my students. That will help you learn vicariously through them. Click the link down below to sign up now. So now that you guys visually understand what I'm talking about, what does this mean for your singing and how can you actually start to apply it? Well, first you need to identify your issue. So if you are coming out singing, "Oh, Canada," with that sort of sound and it's overly squeezed, or you've got a little bit of this sort of sound, all those types of sounds are going to really benefit from this. So know your voice and know kind of what the issues are with you, which will then help you to make the right adjustments, because we don't want to be doing this if we're not actually engaging the rectus abdominis improperly when we're singing. But even for those that are doing it correctly, this will give you a greater idea of what you are already doing well, and it'll bring it into conscious awareness. So looking at my abdomen here, this is what I'm talking about, where I suck in my belly and I bring it in towards my spine. That's the motion of the transverse abdominis. Whereas if I hold in and tighten the rectus abdominis, I get that sort of feeling. So when we're singing, what we really want to go for is smooth, a little bit more of a lack of firmness in this muscle and a little bit more of an engagement from down here. This muscle should work. So we've got a little bit more from the lower part of the body operating and a little bit less from the upper part. So it'll be kind of like this. When I'm singing, I'm going to sing a phrase and I'm going to try to press into my rectus abdominis, so my solar plexus right here, and make sure that I have a little bit of give. Now, it's not going to be totally relaxed, but we want it to be relaxed enough that it's not totally locked up, right? It shouldn't be like you are trying to hold a six-pack. So as I sing a phrase, "Oh, Canada," I'm pressing into there, making sure I've got some give. And that's what I want you to do as you sing a phrase, "Oh, Canada," and try in different parts of your range. "Oh, Canada." And notice how that part of your body operates. Now we could try it, "Oh, Canada." So there, I get a really nice flow throat if I can keep that loose enough. And it's something that even if you are doing this already, it really helps to remind you to let go of those muscles and just use the muscles from down below. Now, this is all keeping in mind that you are actually using the correct muscles. So if you're already using support, that's where this comes in. If you're still using your neck to project your voice outwards, what you really need to do is find just the basic level of support that you'll find in other videos on my channel. So if you found this helpful, or you find that you're kind of stuck and you're not really sure exactly how to do this in your own singing and applying it to yourself, I would highly recommend checking out my lesson subscription where you can lean on me and get a little bit of help 2 times a week. I'll walk you through the process and get you singing much, much better. And you can sign up for that lesson subscription down below. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope this deep dive into support and the muscles related to support really helped you with your voice. And if you want to see more videos like this, click on this one right here. You're going to like it too. Or at least YouTube thinks you're going to like that one too.